Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you had a chance to recover after a recent football match between Czech Republic and South Africa. My name is Vladimir. I work in Red Hat as Senior SRE. And today I want to walk you through how we build trusted, secured, signed containers and packages at Red Hat. So here's the roadmap. We would have 3 acts today. In act number 1, we're going to create a simple Docker file, and we're going to build it and run on our local with Podman. In act number 2, we're going to use the same container file, but we're going to build the whole pipeline using Konflux on OpenShift. And in act number 3, we verify the result and run the trusted image. So using the same container file. Let's start from the beginning. So what we're going to build today, we are going to build a Flask API, which is going to connect to the DevConf API. It's the same system that orchestrates this conference schedule you're using right now. The application pulls real data, for example, total talks, session breakdown by type, room overview, etc. So the app we built today is about the conference you are sitting in. And here is the container file itself. It's really simple, really straightforward. We're going to use Fedora 44 image. We are going to install Python and pip. We are going to copy the application. We are going to install dependencies. We are going to expose port. Everything is super straightforward. And on the demo, you can see how it works in action. There are some gaps, actually. It's a really good way. It's Podman is rootless, daemonless, OCI native, but try to ask yourself, can you prove what source built this image? Is the image signed? What dependencies are inside? Were dependencies fetched at build time or later? Did it pass a security scan? And so on and so forth. So the gap is clear. Local builds are great for development purposes, but they produce artifacts you can't and shouldn't trust in production. The question is, can we use the same container file and get all of these things automatically? The answer is yes. And there is another upcoming question. Can't we just fix all of these with traditional CI systems like Jenkins? The answer is yes. Technically, we can. There are different modules for that, different scripts. And every security aspect you have to configure, you have to do it yourself. For example, hermetic builds, SLSA governance, provenance, image signing, SBOM, policy gate, all of these you have to do it yourself. You have to find the plugin, you have to write the config, and you have to maintain the integration. In Konflux, at the same time, these aren't optional add-ons. They're the default behavior, and we'll see it below. Another key difference is the architecture itself. Jenkins needs a controller. GitLab needs runners. These are things you have to manage, patch, and scale. At the same time, Konflux runs as a Kubernetes CRDs. Pipeline run, task run. The cluster actually is your CI system. And there is nothing extra to manage. So let me briefly again explain what actually Konflux is. Konflux is an open source Kubernetes native trusted software factory. And the key word here is trusted. You can see from this tech stack list, we have a buildah. It's basically the same build engine which Podman uses, which means that we can use exactly the same container file for which we used for Podman local build. It's fully built on from CNCF projects like Tekton, buildah, Sigstore, Argo CD, and others. It's fully open source, so everyone can use it, download, install, and contribute. It works with OpenShift, ROSA, EKS, AKS, vanilla Kubernetes, and so on and so forth. As I said, in Red Hat, we actively moving all our building pipelines in the Konflux ecosystem. And one of the recent updates, we provisioned a dedicated Konflux cluster for Fedora project. So Fedora project also move all their building pipelines into Konflux ecosystem. Before we build, let me show some prerequisites. So 3 things we have to do before we actually build something. And on this demo, you saw that I already applied all of those. So first one, you should have some Kubernetes cluster. For our demo, I used OpenShift. Second thing, you should have a Konflux instance which runs in this Kubernetes cluster. And the third thing is the GitHub app connecting your repo to Konflux. This is what enables pipelines as code, webhooks fire on push, and pipelines run automatically. GitLab supported as well, of course. So now let's actually build something. To fully configure CI part, we have to apply 2 YAML files, like standard Kubernetes resources. The first one is application. It creates a logical grouping of your resources in Konflux. Think of it like a project in Jenkins or a group in GitLab. So for example, if you have a front end and the back end, both would be components under one application. And the second one is a component.yaml. This is the key file. It tells Konflux, here is my repo, here is my branch, go and build it. The moment you apply this, Konflux springs into action. The build service detects your container file. The image controller provisions a Quay registry for your image. And pipelines as code opens a pull request on your repo with the Tekton directory. That's the pipeline definition, which is generated automatically, and it exists right next to your container file in the repository. So 2 YAML files, and the whole CI pipeline is wired up. And here's the pull request auto-generated. Inside the Tekton directory, as I said, there is a pipeline run manifest with CL expression, which says, when there is a push to main, run the pipeline. And when I merge, as soon as I merge this pull request, the first build triggers automatically. After merging the pull request, the on-push pipeline fires automatically, as I said. The pipeline run is now running as pods on OpenShift, actually. You can see each task completing. This is from my demo. And let me just briefly walk you through the main stages. First one, init and clone. It's basically regular Git clone of your repo. Then we've got prefetch dependencies. This is Hermeto, the hermetic prefetch tool. It downloads all your pip packages and dependencies from the container file with the network access and generates a complete SBOM. Every single dependency is captured on this stage. The next step is the most important. It's a build container. So buildah runs with the network equals none, which means that the network is physically cut off. The build can only use what Hermeto prefetched. And this is what makes it actually a hermetic build. It's like locking your chef in the kitchen with the ingredients which you applied only. The next stage is CV scanning and malware scanning automatically. Again, no plugins for that to configure. Finally, staging and push. Tekton chains watches every build. When it completes, 3 things happen automatically. The image is signed with cosign using keyless signing. SLSA level 3 provenance is generated, and both are attached to the image in Quay. Again, all of this from push to signed image with zero configuration on our side. It's all predefined and pre-configured in Konflux. So the build actually is done, but we are not done yet. When the build completes, Kubernetes creates a snapshot. This is a record of all component images at their current versions. Then their enterprise contract kicks in. This is like a policy gate. It's like it checks if the image signed, does it have SLSA provenance? Was the build hermetic? Did the CV scan pass? Is the base image still supported? That's also one of part of the checkups. If any of these checks fails, the release is blocked with no exceptions. And as you can see here in our demo, our DevConf image successfully passed. It's signed, scanned, provenance attached, policy validated. And we can actually verify it ourselves. There is one command, cosine tree, and you can see everything Konflux attached to the image. We can see signatures, 3 cosine signatures, attestations, SBOM, malware scan, and 2 serif reports from static analysis. So 6 types of supply chain artifacts attached automatically to one single container image, again with zero configuration on our end. And we can verify that it works. So on this demo, I actually pulled the image from Quay, not by a tag, but by a digest, which is OK. So the exact image that was signed and attested run. And we're able to grab the same actually DevConf data through the API which we used on the Podman with our local. Again, a key idea here is that the difference isn't what the app does, it's what you can prove about how it was built. The image has signatures, provenance, SBOM, CV scan, malware scan, and everything is attached. Yeah, we already discussed these key conceptual differences here. I just wanted again to mention that important part here, you don't need to learn a new build system because buildah is buildah, right? The container file you use for Podman, as I said, is usable for Konflux. The value is what Konflux wraps around buildah. Yeah, and again, we already briefly discussed it. So as soon as you start with the Podman for your local development purposes, for proof of concepts, that's totally fine. You can use the same container file with 0 changes in the Konflux ecosystem. As I said, Konflux is fully open source, so you can download it, install, and contribute. Regarding documentation, the last thing I want to mention, documentation is super nice. You have to try it because I work in the Konflux infra, so I always worked with Konflux from the different perspective, from the Konflux infrastructure side. And that was actually my first actual build of something in Konflux, and I did it following like the instruction from the official documentation. They've got the documentation for users and for developers. And it's really nice. Yeah. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vladimir, for the presentation.
Thank you.
I guess we have time for 1 or 2 quick questions.
Hi, yeah. Is the enterprise contract configurable in case you want different checks or something?
Yes, all of these security patterns could be configured because, again, it's open sourced. And of course, there are different use cases for different projects. It absolutely makes sense. So yes, definitely it is. And I actually checked it before the presentation.
So if if I manage an open source project and I have a container file that uses Fedora, but for production we will want Red Hat or not
UBI.
Yeah. And another issue is that Konflux spam us with pull requests. So we need to maintain 2 container files, one for upstream and one for production. And also those PRs annoy us. So is there a right way of doing this?
You know, I'm not sure what's the best approach right now because this is like already production-ready solution. If you want, you can reach out to me, for example, through the LinkedIn, and I can just briefly discuss it or connect you with the right Konflux guys who actually build production-ready packages or containers in Konflux. Because we have many teams, as I said, in Red Hat who actually use it already.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.